Awesome. Well, thank you again, Ryan, for being with us for our virtual Summer Opportunities Fair. We really appreciate your time. If you don't mind just sharing a little bit about who you are, your position, and then the company you work for.
Sure. My name is Ryan Cunningdeer. I am the Chief Technology Officer at 5Talent. We are a software consulting company here, headquartered in Bend, Oregon. I've been with 5Talent for 14 years. I started off, in the software development world, doing a little bit of database administration. So I've been doing a lot of that software development myself up until the last few years, where I'm doing mostly, architecture and business operations now. So I get to be involved in a lot of the interview process as well, and making sure candidates are a good fit for 5Talent.
Perfect. And then,
let me give you a quick overview of 5Talent.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, good deal. So 5Talent, we are a software consulting company. We've got offices in Bend, in Portland, and Seattle. We have roughly about 50 employees right now. Out of the 50 employees, most of them are software engineers. So most of them are looking at their computers, writing code. We've got a group of project managers, quality assurance testers, UI UX designers, and a few other roles as well. And what the type of projects that we work on, we work with clients everywhere from startup companies that are looking for a brand new mobile app, all the way up to enterprise companies that need help updating, writing software for their payroll systems or their sales software, or internal applications. So we do software, everything from startup companies from scratch to inheriting 20-year-old software and having to fix it and update it. We have about 40 to 50 projects that we're working on at any one time. And those projects can go anywhere from a React Native, Node.js, .NET, MVC, Java, Python, PHP. So we work the whole gamut of technology stacks. Typically, a developer at 5Talent would be working in at least one technology stack a week. Sometimes they are working on 2 or 3 different technology stacks a week, so they have to be pretty versed in understanding multiple different environments.
Great, thanks so much. What advice would you give an interested student looking to potentially work at 5Talent in the future?
So what we look for the most is somebody that is a good learner. So once you're done with school, that does not mean at any means that you're done learning. We reserve at least 20 to 30% of everybody's time a week just dedicated on learning new things. So whether that's learning a new programming language, whether that's learning a new design pattern or library or API, we are always learning new things. And it's taking that learning and being able to apply it to other projects as well. So it's never stopping that curiosity is what we're always looking for. And that would be the best advice for anybody coming in the door is to always dive in and figure out the details yourself and figure out how things work. And in addition to the technology solutions, another thing that we really look for is understanding how a business works. So as part of developers, we have to make decisions every day on that will affect a business. And sometimes we don't have the opportunity to ask every one of those questions. So we make little assumptions, throughout our day when we're writing code that affect a business. And knowing how a business operates, what's important to a business, how it's prioritizing this project and the deliverables of this project is really important for our developers.
Great. And how would you describe the working environment at 5Talent?
Well, it's different today than it was a month ago. We are all online working right now. My Slack channels are blowing up at this current time, but typically we have most of us working in our office. So we have an office here in Bend, an office in Portland and in Seattle. We have a few remote people as well. Our offices are very open. We have no individual offices. It's all one big kind of warehouse floor. We have stand-up desks with little pods of people that are usually focused on projects. It is typically a fairly noisy environment because people are asking questions all the time to other people. Developers, if they're wanting some attention, some focus time, they're usually putting their headphones on to get some, one-on-one time with their computer so they can focus on solving problems. But we have a very collaborative office, an office that's definitely wanting to help the team. We look at success as success of a team. So we look at developers being able to help out project managers being able to help out developers, QA individuals being able to give advice to developers as well. So we try to look at a team success metric in a lot of our deliverables. And so we are definitely wanting to be very transparent with our coworkers on what we can do, what we all can do to better ourselves and the projects for our clients. So it's a lot of communication and a lot of continually building each other up on what we can do better and how to be successful.
Yeah. And then you kind of mentioned already in regards to what you're looking for in a typical candidate, but do you mind sharing a little bit more about the type of positions that have been available for students in the past, whether that's an entry-level position or an internship, and then if you know of any positions in the foreseeable future at 5Talent?
Sure. In the past, we've had internship opportunities. What an internship opportunity looks like at 5Talent is anywhere between 20 and 40 hours a week, depending on if it's college credit or not. Sometimes those are paid, sometimes those are not paid opportunities. During those opportunities, those interns are usually working on internal 5Talent projects. So they're usually working on projects where the client is the 5Talent staff asking for a new mobile app that we can use internally to talk to each other, or we're working on new operational efficiencies with integrating our invoicing software with our time tracking software. So internships are working on internal projects for the most part. It's also working on proof of concepts. So if a client comes to us and asks us to build out a new machine learning project that is helping that client predict out sales numbers over Christmas holidays, we'll give that proof of concept to the intern, because that'll be an internal learning curve learning opportunity for 5Talent. Once that project is done and we've learned our mistakes and learned how to do it better, typically that person would make a presentation to the other developers so we can all share that knowledge and then figure out how to do it for the client. Once they've moved from an intern to a junior software developer, they get put onto a client project where they are working alongside of a lead developer. That lead developer does the code reviews, does the mentoring. That junior developer will typically work on software for 80–90% of their times, and then the other times they are meeting with the project managers, understanding the business requirements and the tasks, doing those code reviews, doing learning exercises on how to make their environment or how to make their projects more successful. So we have those junior developers. Those junior developers are full-time individuals. They usually stay as a junior developer for about a year before we graduate them up to more of a software developer, where they have a little bit more responsibility on a project. We just graduated our last junior developer about 2 months ago. So typically we are looking for more interns and junior developers come summer and fall. Just due to some of the coronavirus activities going on right now, we're putting that effort on pause until we know for sure what's going on. But we would anticipate having those opportunities again sometime in the near future. We also have opportunities in as a marketing role, junior marketing person. That would be good at SEO, SEM, copywriting. We've also in the past had opportunities for more quality assurance engineers, somebody that can that knows how to test software really well, write technical documentation around that testing process. We've also had project managers. So just this year, we've hired 2 junior project managers that have not had a lot of experience in the past, but they understand the importance of project management, how to organize details, how to prioritize it, how to communicate it out with the team as well. So we've got several different positions open. 8 out of the 10 positions typically are junior developers, but we have a few others.
Great. And kind of in this uncertain time, are there things, networking opportunities that a student could take advantage of? Is Five Talent open and available to potential informational interviews, whether that's a phone call or emailing someone?
Yeah, absolutely. The best way to get to know us is, we have an HR department who is more than happy to connect with anybody about how Five Talent works, what our culture is like, what the expectations would be. Her name is Gail, and I'll give you the contact information after this. Depending on the position, we'll pull in a lead individual in that department, whether it's a project manager or a developer or DevOps or QA. We'll pull in one of those lead engineers, lead individuals to talk more specifically about the day-to-day life. So we can definitely do kind of the informative interviews and talk more about the job specifically.
Great.
I guess right now
And
it'd
then
be virtual.
yeah. Last question for you. What, in your perspective, is one of the most rewarding things about working for Five Talent, and then maybe one of the most challenging things?
Well, so Five Talent, we definitely focus on lifestyle. We all love living in Bend. We all chose to live in Bend, or Portland or Seattle. And for us, we try to really emphasize a flexible schedule, because some people want to go skiing in the morning. Some people want to pick up their kids from school. Some people want to, ride bikes in the afternoon during lunch. So we definitely really focus on having a flexible lifestyle at Five Talent, as long as we can all work as a team on the right, meeting times during the day. I enjoy that quite a bit. Being able to, prioritize my family and my outdoor activities and while I'm working in Bend here. So that's a good perk that I like at Five Talent for sure. The other thing I like about Five Talent is really the culture. The people are we all respect each other very well. We are constantly trying to be successful as a team and not try to point out any individual failures, but try to figure out how to solve it as a group. So those are some of the things I like about it. What was your other question in the end there?
Just one of the most challenging in your perspective.
So the most challenging thing about what I've heard is one of the more challenging things at Five Talent is the fact that we are a software consulting company. The way we make money is we charge our hours to our clients. Well, what that means is we have to record every hour that we work. That is not the most enjoyable activity to do, to go through and look at your timesheet every day and figure out that you spent this hour with client A, that hour with client B, this hour doing internal learning. So timesheets are a necessary evil that we all live with, but it's how we make money. So.
Great. Well, thank you again so much for your time, just sharing a little bit more about Five Talent, and hopefully in the future, we look forward to promoting any open positions for our students.
Sounds good. Thank you.